next Gear Talk Tuesdays, I'm going to talk about this guitar behind me today. But before I talk about this guitar, I just want to remind you guys of one of the great tragedies of modern guitar manufacturing, and that is how the Jazzmaster, by far the best guitar shape, rarely, if ever, gets modern appointments like high output pickups, or locking tuners, or multi-scale options, things like that. Actually, there is one exception, and that's the Jim Root signature from Fender, but that's the only one, I think, as far as production guitars go. Actually, a couple of years ago, I did have a Jazzmaster built by a local luthier in Saigon, and that's definitely a solid guitar. But at the time, there were compromises that had to be made. And the reason why I love this thing behind me is because I feel like I haven't had to compromise on it at all. So I guess I should talk about the company behind this guitar. They're called Balaguer. They operate out of the US, specifically from Pennsylvania, and they've been making guitars now for about 10 years, I think. And I discovered them around 2019, 2020, and it's because they have this insane builder online. It's a custom builder where you can basically design your own guitars, and I highly recommend that you check that out because it's super duper fun. I knew that I wanted a guitar from them based on the reviews that I'd read and forum posts in places like 7string.org, etc. So let's talk about specs. It has 24 frets, pretty standard. It's made of alder, which I find to be pretty balanced as far as weight and tone are concerned. The top is poplar bow, which I've always wanted on a guitar, so I just took the opportunity to order that in. Technically it's veneer, which means it's a little bit shorter than a standard top, and it has a roasted maple neck, which I'm a big fan of. As far as stability goes, you know, wood can shrink, it can expand, but the roasted maple helps to kind of limit that. The fretboard is ebony, which I like. You know, I like maple, I like ebony. I think I prefer ebony a little bit more. Pickups are Fishman Fluence Moderns, which sound absolutely awesome, and that's my first time really trying those. So it was a bit of a risk, I guess. You know, I'm used to playing these bare knuckle models, and specifically the Blackhawks I really like. It has a multi-scale setup, this guitar, and that is something I've really sort of picked up from playing bass. And you know, I won't go into too much detail, but basically the scale length on each side of the guitar is different. So with the lower strings, it's higher, and with the higher strings, it's lower. That creates a sort of fan effect on the neck. And it has all kinds of benefits as far as being able to customize string gauges instead of having to go for thicker strings if you want to tune lower. There are benefits to intonation, and personally for me, I think it fits the shape of my hand better when I'm going up and down the neck. It just sort of naturally feels better to me. Oh, it has lumen lace side dots, which is cool. I have yet to play it on a stage, but I will, for sure. That's definitely the plan. And the finish, according to Balaguer, it is a transparent two-tone burst finish. So that's about it, guys. I'm using this guitar to record the EP, and I'm very excited to play it live when we get the chance to play our next show. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to see next. Maybe you'd like to see a playthrough video of this guitar where I showcase the tones. Perhaps, if you let us know. Other than that, see you around for the next episode.